Good job. Welcome everyone to our high school. We have lots of guests here from our neighboring schools, and of course our families are here to support our students. And also students, thank you for taking time out of class to come and join us on this fantastic occasion. It's not often that a school gets invited to participate in a big name parade, let alone one that is from our friends across the pond. And so I would like to welcome our guests from London, England. If we give them a round of applause, that would be And at this time, I would like to call up our superintendent, Dr. Sherry Kropp.
Good morning, everyone. It is really a pleasure to be here, and again, a formal welcome to our visitors here from London. We are really excited for this special moment and special event. Students, you make us so proud. This is such an exciting moment, and you have amazing parents too, because the amount of support that they've given you to be in this program and excel at this level is really inspiring to all of us. So we have a motto in Los Alamitos Unified. It's about igniting unlimited possibilities, and this is a great example of an unlimited possibility. So congratulations and welcome guests. And now I'm going to turn it over to our high school amazing band director, Mr. Tom Plunkett.
Thanks, Dr. Kropp. It's really a thrill to have Counselor Davis here, and I don't want to get ahead and make the introductions for them, and we'll do that in just a second, but it's really an honor to have Counselor come personally invite us to such a prestigious event. And it's really a testament to our students, who are such hardworking, committed, dedicated students, talented students. Counselor, we had a football game last night. It was a Thursday football game. Most of these kids were leaving close to 11 p.m. last night just to go home, do a little homework, and they're right back to it today. So we're really honored. This is also a testament to our parent boosters. Support us in every way, and they really know how to get things done, and this trip would not be possible without great parents. And then how about this little district, right? This little district and this band, even band can be on an international level and find such great success, and we just couldn't be happier to be invited. The band would like to play one piece for you, so I want to introduce our student conductor, Mr. Joe Gregg, with a rousing rendition of American Woman. Please, band, take it away. lyrics to that too. Oh well, it still works. I had to think about that one for a second. Without further ado, I want to make sure we introduce our very honored guest. And to do that, to help me out today, it's Mr. Gary Lark, someone that I've known for a long time. Gary has been the director of Riverside Community College Marching Band, known as Hollywood's band. And he's been in the band world in this area for, can I say 40 years? Is that about right? And so Gary has basically pioneered the band trip abroad. And so to have him working with us on a trip like this is completely amazing. So I want to have Gary come up and introduce the team. Mr. Gary Locke.
I'm sometimes referred to as that band guy, but I think the introduction for Tom was a lot better. The amazing. That sounds like a good way to start the day. As the director at RCC, some of you don't know me at all, but have probably seen our band, either at the Big Orange or you might know about Fantasia or the great drum line that we have. One of the different hats I wear besides Hollywood's band and all the TV shows and movies we've done is to be on the lookout for outstanding groups in the Western region, and that's why we're here today. I've known Tom for a long time and his brother very well, and have seen the band perform in my own stadium many times, so that was why it was an easy selection to say to my colleagues across the pond, this is a band that you need to consider. It's my pleasure to introduce the founder of the event and the director of the London New Year's Day Parade. Warm welcome, please, for Mr. Robert Bone.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you very much indeed for being here, especially after your late night band. Don't dare ask what the result of the match. Okay. Start all over again. I'm sure the band was fantastic, though. First thing we need to do is to explain to you that I'm speaking to you in a language known as English, and that I don't have an accent. For those of you who are tempted to speak to me afterwards and say you either like it or don't, but you do have accents, just remember that. Right, my job is to put together the London Parade every year. We call it the greatest event in the greatest city in the world. An immediate apology to you, Mr. Mayor, because we're here in your town today, and we should really be saying that we're equal greatest today. So let me justify the greatest event a little bit, if I can. Let's talk some numbers. They seem to go down quite well from time to time. Have you heard of an event in New York City every Thanksgiving Day? I think it's named after a department store. It's a parade, isn't it? He thinks it's pretty big. It is. It's enormous, it's wonderful, it's fantastic. It has a whole 4,000 participants in it, roughly, every year. But of course, it pales into insignificance when compared to London, because we have twice as many performers, 8,000. Furthermore, ours are drawn from 20 different countries around the world. We're a truly international event. So we're bigger than something in the Big Apple. We like that. Now, audience. That's pretty good too. We had, on January the 1st, 2016, we had around about 640,000 people on the streets of the city of Westminster come out to watch the parade. Why did they come out to watch the parade? Obvious. It's the weather. It's fantastic. Warm, sunny, and it's just a day on a public holiday you want to be outside. You're the first audience this week who has understood that I was not telling the truth there. No, it's not because of the weather. Those 640,000 people come out primarily and honestly because of you. The American high school and college marching bands that we have in the event. We have 16 specially selected every year out of the 72 groups of participants in the parade. 16, only 16 are the very, very best North American marching bands. We don't have marching bands like yours in the UK. In fact, we don't have them in Europe at all. Your technical excellence, musical mastery, precision, and most important of all, the razzmatazz and the fun you bring to the whole marching band business. We don't have it. So you are the number one favourite thing for our audiences, except there's one small segment of our audience, the young British male, and they seem to like the cheerleaders. But never mind, they've got no taste. I may have been doing this for 32 years. I may have been organising the greatest event in the greatest city in the world for all of that time, but I'm still not allowed to choose or invite the American marching bands, tragically. However, every marching band has to be invited in person by one of the patrons of the event. It is with great relief, therefore, that we announce that we do have a patron with us today, in the form of Councillor Robert Davis. So, I think there's every possibility that he will render you an invitation to come to London, spend a week with us, perform in our events, and enjoy the whole of what London has to offer in historical and cultural terms. And fun, too. But, and here's the tiny but, he will render that invitation if you give him an appropriate welcome, I suspect. Right? So, somebody put on the decibel measuring meter. Mr. Whaley, please. Thank you very much. And I want you, please, to make a huge amount of noise to convince Councillor Robert Davis, MEDL, Deputy Lord Mayor of the City of Westminster, to render you the invitation. So, without further ado, make all that noise and welcome Councillor Robert Davis.
Wow, what a welcome. Thank you very much. It is a great honour for me to be here. Again, I visited the school last year very briefly, but what a welcome, thank you. Now, I come from the city of Westminster, situated at the heart of the capital of the United Kingdom, London, as the Deputy Lord Mayor of the city of Westminster. And as you heard, I'm Councillor Robert Davis, a member of Her Majesty's Order of the British Empire and one of Her Majesty's Deputy Lieutenants for Greater London. I'm also Deputy Leader of the Majority Group on Westminster City Council and also hold office as the longest serving member, having first been elected some 35 years ago when I was just 5 years old. Now, Westminster is, however, over 1,000 years old, originally an area of marshland to the west of the old walled city of Londinium. However, King Canute decided to build a church in the middle of the 10th century on an island between two tributaries to the Thames, Thorney Island. And that church grew in size, status and importance and is now Westminster Abbey. Initially surrounded by a hamlet serving the church, that grew into the city of Westminster, which we now know today. And in 1965, in recognition of the importance of the city of Westminster, as the home of the monarchy, because Buckingham Palace sits right at the heart of the city, as the home of the British Parliament, as the home of the national government, 10 Downing Street where the Prime Minister resides, and Whitehall where all the principal government offices are situated, are based in Westminster. As the seat of the judiciary, as we house the Supreme Court. And as a result of all these important institutions being based in the city, the Queen elevated the Mayor of Westminster to the title of Lord Mayor. And I had the honour and the privilege of serving as Lord Mayor some 20 years ago. Now, being Lord Mayor means that you have to be on your toes the whole time. The public and the press are always watching you. which reminds me of an incident that happened just before Christmas during my year as Lord Mayor. I was working in the office, I think I was writing a speech, and my private secretary entered the office and said that the editor of the local newspaper was on the phone and wanted to know what I wanted for Christmas. So I thought about it and decided I think I should be rather modest in my request. So I said I'd be very happy with a box of chocolates. Well, I'm afraid I was shocked and amazed when I opened the following week the Christmas edition of the local newspaper with the headlines, what the leaders of the community want for Christmas. The Dean of Westminster Abbey wanted to end poverty, the Prime Minister wanted world peace, and Robert Davis wanted a box of chocolates. Rather embarrassing. Now, the role of Lord Mayor involves attending diplomatic receptions, greeting visiting mayors and other dignitaries, as well as hosting a variety and series of lunches, dinners and receptions. And we also get to meet some very famous people. I've met, for example, the Spice Girls, David Beckham, Robert De Niro, and even One Direction. But all you do as Lord Mayor throughout your term of office, the one thing, the one highlight of your mayoral year is the London Parade, where we host the biggest and the most enjoyable parade in the world. Now, the parade is watched by hundreds of thousands of people lining the route, often 10 persons deep. After a night before celebrating the New Year's arrival, they're all excited and high-spirited, enjoying the participants' performances. And I'm always so amazed by the energy and the flexibility of the cheerleaders that last year I was inspired to hire my own gym instructor to help me learn to do the splits. And when I first met him, he said to me, "Robert, how flexible are you?" To which I said, "Well, I can't do Tuesdays or Thursdays." Well, if I do get in some training, hopefully when you come to London, you'll see me in a rather energetic role throughout the parade. So, having described what a wonderful city we are and what an amazing parade we will host on January the 1st each year, the current Lord Mayor of Westminster has sent me to your school as his deputy, because after a tough and a thorough selection process to ensure that the parade only comprises of the very best, I have with me some invitations to invite you all to come to London and participate in the 2018 London Parade and Festival. Now, this is an honour bestowed on very few high schools from the United States. I have two invitations here, and I'm going to read out the first one. This says, "In recognition of a reputation for outstanding performance abilities, the patrons and the organising committee of London's New Year's Day Parade and Festival, in association with Youth Music of the World, the City of Westminster, the Lieutenancy of Greater London, and the London Mayors Association, take great pleasure in extending an invitation to Los Alamitos High School Marching Band, California, USA, to participate in the 32nd Annual New Year's Day Parade and Festival, to be held in London, England, between the 27th of December 2017 and the 3rd of January 2018. And it's signed by me, Councillor Robert Davis, MBE DL, Senior Patron and International Goodwill Ambassador of the Parade and Festival, Deputy Lord Mayor of the City of Westminster, and Deputy Lord Lieutenant of London. And I have a similar one for the Los Alamitos High School Wind Symphonia, California. So there are two invitations. Will you accept them? Yeah.
I'm so glad you accepted, because it's always very, very annoying if you come all this distance. This is an official visit today from the Lord Mayoralty of the City of Westminster, and the Lord Mayor has asked if Councillor Davis would present to you a special gift to the school to mark the occasion. And the Lord Mayor has chosen something that's rather special this year, which is a plate that comes from Buckingham Palace. It has the coat of arms of the royal family in the centre of the plate, and around the edge are inscribed the names of all of our monarchs since the French took us over in 1066, including the one who let you go all those years ago, George III. Should have been excised really, but never mind. They're all there. So can I ask the principal to accept the plate on... Don't go away, sir, don't go away. We have for you some cufflinks that have the coat of arms of the City of Westminster on them. You've just got to go out now and buy a whole load of new shirts. We were met by some wonderful students when we arrived at the school today. The drum majors and the colour guard. Head of the colour guard, I guess. Yes, I don't know what you call it. We would have liked to have presented something to each and every one of you who played so well for us today, but you know what it's like, luggage on planes these days and so on, you can't really bring it. So this is symbolic to each of the drum majors, please, and this person from the colour guard, who's lovely. Would you like to come forward and receive the pin of the City of Westminster? Mr. Plunkett, sir, would you please step forward? But please don't go away quite yet, because there's something much more important that we have to do with you, sir. You remember that when I spoke to you a while back, I joked a little bit about, when you got the joke, which is great, a little bit about the weather in London on New Year's Day. Well, I have to admit that in 2014, and Mr. Locke can attest to this, I believe, in 2014 it was a little wet. That is British understatement for the fact that it was a deluge of rain throughout the entire parade. I don't think it marred proceedings too much, but it did a bit. And so we struggled for a long time after that to come up with a solution that would ensure that we would never have rain on our parade ever again. As a solution, we started, and we were presenting invitations throughout 2014 and 15, we decided that we would present an umbrella to the band director, the Lord Mayor would, because it gives more power if the Lord Mayor does. And, do you know, it's worked. 2015, dry as a bone. 2016, no rain at all. And we're fairly sure that because we've taken the precautions for 17, we're going to be just as successful. And now we're taking precautions for 2018. So, this is where you, band, now have an awesome, or awesome, whichever way you like it, responsibility. And that is this. The moment Mr. Plunkett now accepts that umbrella, you've got to ensure that it never leaves him. Okay? I want to hear from you. Email, text, I don't care how you do it. WhatsApp, if he leaves that umbrella behind, it's going to wreck my parade. So you just make sure that he's got it with him all the time. Please accept the umbrella. You've been a fabulous audience, and so we now have to go back to London and work really hard to make sure that we produce for you the sort of programme that you deserve when you come to visit us. And I can promise you actually that we're pretty good at it, and we certainly will. But I look forward very much indeed to seeing you back in London, or in London, in what, 15 months' time. Good luck, and thank you very much for this morning.
Thank you very much. So at this time, if each of you would grab one of those gifts, please, and we would like to present you with a special crystal paperweight that has the name of our high school and has our Griffin logo as a token of our appreciation.
So, as is customary, the exchange of gifts, our parents have done an amazing job for us to thank you for the invitation. First, we have the amazing teddy bear dressed in the Los Alamitos band uniform, so then you know who to expect. I know that's a popular gift sometimes at things like this, and I really want to thank the moms who really helped out with that. So can we please present the teddy bear? And we also decided to get a new hat for the bear. We also just seed band. That's a great example of why we scrapped this year. Okay. We also got a music box, and we thought it was appropriate because such a musical group. And our music box plays the tune "California Dreamin'," yes. And it is dedicated and engraved to Councilor Davis. So. So folks, this concludes the ceremony, and at this time, the students get to go back and enjoy the rest of the day. And we're going to invite our guests to a reception over in room 500 for everyone who's here. So thank you again, Councilor Davis, for the honor of your personal visit and for the invitation. Thank you all for being here. Kids, congratulations, way to go, very proud of you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Of Mr. Better News.